Eyewitness News is also covering the economy for you at this noontime, and there is more bad news for job seekers here in Rhode Island. The unemployment rate increased by 1/10 of a percentage point for the month of March. Newly released numbers from the Department of Labor and Training show the number of employed residents dropped to 496,000. That is the lowest since December of 1996. But officials say new construction projects across the state are giving them some hope.
We're starting to see a little bit of light. You know, we're not ready to pop the champagne corks, but we think that things will improve, but it's going to be a long road. We have to be honest with the people about that. It took many years to get here. It's going to take a while before we get out.
And joining us right now for some in-depth analysis on exactly what these numbers mean is WPRI.com reporter Ted Nisi, and we are at 11.1%, Massachusetts at 6.5%. Not a good record here in Rhode Island.
It's not good, Kat. I mean, you want to see, we're seeing some signs of recovery nationally, but Rhode Island just seems to be getting so little benefit from it. The way I look at it is we lost about almost 40,000 jobs in the recession. We've only gained back about 700, which is just a huge hole for the state to fill, and this is not the direction they want to be going.
Right, and we just heard Director Fogarty not too long ago talking about construction projects here in the state. Will that help us at all, you think? Or?
I mean, every bit helps. Every job is a job, and that's a job for somebody. But we need a lot of jobs, and we probably need them across different industries. Construction jobs are a good sign to the extent that a lot of what we lost were blue-collar jobs in manufacturing and construction, but we're certainly not seeing the level of activity that we'd need to make a real dent in this unemployment rate. So I know they're looking for positive signs, but I'm not seeing a ton of them.
All right, Smith Hill. What needs to be done up on Smith Hill to get things going?
You know, for one thing, they probably need to take it more seriously. You don't get a sense of urgency about the jobs crisis up there. You do hear a lot about it, but you don't get a sense of any imaginative ideas being brought forward or anything too dramatic being done. I think there's always the question of how much the government can do, you know, but in the end what we need is the private economy to get revved up for people to have more money in their pocket so they can spend, and that leads to jobs, and that's a virtuous cycle when it happens, but we're just not seeing it yet.
Right, and we were talking earlier, is this just a Rhode Island problem, or you're saying it's
That's a good question, Kat. Yeah. It's not just a Rhode Island problem, and in some ways those statistics can be misleading. As you said, and you're right, Massachusetts has a 6.5% unemployment rate, almost half as much as ours. But if you look closer to Rhode Island, if you look at Attleboro and Fall River and New Bedford or northeastern Connecticut, those places have very high unemployment as well. It's really these areas that were very manufacturing heavy, a lot of factory jobs. We just haven't been able to find a new economy that provides a lot of jobs for people to replace those. And so all through this area, we're still struggling to do something, and it's been now almost 3 decades of that.
Okay, thank you. WPRI.com reporter Ted Nisi, thank you very much.